Hi, this video is on the Nichimo Exeed Pegasus, and it was one of the coolest vintage off-road buggies at the time. As you can see, it has the yellow wheels, the different type of tires on it. Look at the tires. The monoshock, the big monoshock in the front. Stabilizer all through there. And it was four-wheel drive, four-wheel steering, and it says, of course, 3 diffs. And it was a unique buggy. It had a lot of blue on it. This is an aluminum. It looks like it was dyed or painted blue on the parts. So how the all-wheel drive works, you can see in there, that turns here, and in here, I'll take the cover off. Would be a servo to steer this, and it would steer the back and then at the front at the same time. So this is where you get the all-wheel steering. So it'd be one servo on there, and the electric motor in there, and have the aluminum underneath like a vent, give it that kind of a radical look. It's a really cool buggy at the time. It had like a serious look. In fact, if you see the driver, he even looks serious. So it had a vent, a wing, and a vented, were the famous, even the Tamiya models had this, caution hot, that's where the heat sink would go. But I haven't put, of course, as you can see, the electronics in it, and I will, and I'll probably put a stock 540 motor in it with a electric speed control, and then I'll do a test run review on it. And it's been a while, so here's the body. Just a small body, unlike the big coverall bodies in some other buggies. It's got a strong suspension where the arms are. Everything looks really well built, and as you can see, this is like a stainless steel for the rear shock. The only weak part would be right here, is like if you flip it over, and where the wing mount is. Would have been neat if this was aluminum, but hey, can't complain. That's an easy fix. So, of course, the battery would go in here, and you got this like a fiberglass or carbon, some kind of a plate holder for the battery. So this was a real neat buggy at the time, and they're hard to find. Let's put the body back on. As you can see, it's like an air induction, for the looks. That goes right in there. It's a hard buggy. Not many people had them. Mostly it was the Tamiya models that were famous. this was just something overseas a lot of other countries would have. But if you wanted something neat and different at the time, this was a real cool buggy to have. I also have a box full of parts. Like here would be the drive shaft, propeller. That was kind of just a teeny little thing. Put that right there. Or the diff gear joint. I mean, you can see this, how old this is. That even it's starting to fade. The on the bag here, the coloring and the paper is. So it's always important to have spare parts. Here is center diff, so you know what it looks like. So as you can see, like this would be like a hard nylon, and this would be here the diff gear steel. So that was kind of neat. Here's the casing. So like I said, these parts are, trying to find them is very hard. And here's some more ring gear, and bevel gear. Says drive bevel gear, diff case, ring bevel gear, and drive bevel gear. So same thing here. Let's see here. Got a lot of goodies here. Side bevel gear and pinions. All these parts are important to have. They're hard to find, and when I do get it running, I'm not going to drive it hard. You know, this type of car doesn't need to be driven hard. It's just watching it with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is the fun part of it. Here, this is a main drive gear. A lot of gears in this, and if there's any part failure, really, if you have spare parts, that's great because they're hard to find. And this here is thrust bearings. So this is a little take on this vintage RC, and it's really neat. I will get it running, and when I do, I'll take a video of it. So, and there it is.